What's everybody? It's time for another Talking with Topher. This is episode 290. It's October 23rd, 2025, and you know it, I know it. We are here and alive, everybody. We're here and alive. Before I get into anything today, let me start off the same way I always do. Exciting day today. Thank you for over 5,000 subscribers. I thank you so much. This has been great. Keep subscribing, keep sharing, commenting, all the things you do. I greatly appreciate it. So thank you. If you're new, checking it out, stopping by, right? A lot of you are doing that right now. Click that subscribe button, all right? Set the alarms if you want to know when all the episodes pop up, shorts, all of that stuff. Hit subscribe, click the bell. You want your opportunity to be a guest on the podcast, talkinwithtopher@gmail.com. That's the official email of the podcast. Send an audio, video, or type it out. Linktree. It's in the description below the video, along with all the links discussed on this podcast today, along with the mailbox guys and Cryptid and Kin. Go and check them all out. Click those links, subscribe, and buy your mailbox today. With that all out of the way, let's get into today's episode. So what's happening, everybody? It has been a wild time for me, getting back into the recording thing every week. And I just want to let everybody know that right now, according to my doctor and all the stuff I've done, I am doing really good health-wise for my age. So I just had a colonoscopy done, and that's always super fun, right? We always have lots of jokes to make about that, but it is a serious thing. It is breast cancer awareness month right now. Men should also be getting their breasts checked. If you have lumps, dude, that could be an issue. Go and get yourself checked out. We are not immune to breast cancer. I don't know why men think we can't get it, but we can. It's just a little bit more rare in men than women. That being said, went in for the colonoscopy. I had my first one when I was 40. They found a couple polyps and they removed them. This time I go, the nurse was extremely surprised at my blood pressure because it was perfect. Yeah, baby. Perfect blood pressure. I mean, you can't complain about that. And then I was like, so how's my oxygen? And she's like, oh, your oxygen is 100%. She's like, you are extremely healthy and in great condition for being so young. That was the part I found funny. And I was like, oh, okay, great. Good news, right? So I did find a lump on my abs that I'll get into in about a moment or two. But after that, I obviously went in for the colonoscopy. They put me under. They don't even have you count down anymore. It's really weird to me. I don't know. I like the whole counting down. She was like, if you want to count down, go right ahead. And I was like, okay. So I did, and I didn't make it till like 8. I think I made it 10, 9, 8, and it was done. I was waking up in a different room, right? I did put all over the paperwork that I was signing, no biogenics, no flu or COVID vaccine, and I initialed it. I wrote it in, and I initialed it. So I checked all my paperwork. They have to document it if they do give you a shot and you're under. But I'm following the rules. Now, as for the little recording device, I did not do that. I found out that is a major offense and highly illegal. So I'm at the age now where that stuff really scares me. I do not need any jail time. I don't want any jail time. I've done all the jail time I'm going to do in my life, I hope. I did avoid jail time about year and a couple months ago, so I don't need to have that anxiety in my life. So I decided to return that thing and 86 that idea. But my results were amazing. Why? Because they said they found nothing. And then they were like, come back in 10 years. So super, super pumped about that. I also wanted to touch on the simple fact that, like, the stuff that I test for when I go in for my blood work, you're looking to get tests done. What you want to do is you need a lipid panel. I get the TSH, CBC, hemoglobin, PSA, comprehensive metabolic panel, testosterone. Now, this doctor did a testosterone test. I think you should do a total testosterone test. That's what I've always done. So unfortunately, this blood test this time, I can't compare my testosterone to my total testosterone, which is the one that she should have tested for. But I think we just put in the paperwork incorrectly. It's not the end of the world for me, but if you're out there trying to get your testosterone tested, you need your total testosterone. And then, of course, I did my vitamin D's, E's, and all the other things. So if you're looking to have a total blood panel done, those are the type of things you should be getting done and tested for. There are many more that you can add to it if you want. Like I said, I pay out of pocket for this. This is not covered by insurance. They're going to tell you that. They're going to tell you that, hey, we can test you for this and this, but after that, it's not covered by insurance. You have to be understanding that you're going to foot a bill. I don't care about the bill. I want to know what my blood's doing. I want to know how my body is reacting right now. And then that lump I found on my abdomen, my abs, it turned out to be fatty tissue. It's not attached. It is detached. It's just a fatty tissue, and there's no blood flow in it. So no worries about cancer, nothing like that. I believe the radiologist, everybody. I really do. These people do a lot of work to get into the position that they're in, and my doctors and my team, I do trust them. So when you're getting your test results, do trust the people that you're using. If you're not trusting of the people that you're using, find new people, get new tests. But they said non-cancerous fatty tissue. So next is just getting it removed. Now, one of the other things I want to touch on real quick is nicotine pouches, everybody. All right, so this was fun to find out. So I have been doing nicotine pouches for almost 3 years now. I have not touched a vape in almost 3 years. I am very happy about that. But here is the problem. My gums are completely deteriorated and dying. Yeah. So I found out that it cuts off your blood flow to your gums, and depending on the pouches, they could be super abrasive or like pillow-like. Now, I think Rogues are on the pillow side of things, is a lot softer of a pouch. Ons are pretty rough. I'm not going to lie. I do like them because they're small, but they are rough, so they cause a lot of skin wear. If you feel chunks of skin in your mouth, that is your gum being ripped apart. I thought it was just, I don't know what I thought it was. I told myself it was nothing, is what I did. So 3 weeks ago, I looked into this because I was starting to see some really bad stuff going on. And I found out that this is what it's doing to my mouth. It is destroying my gums, and unfortunately, it could cause me to lose my teeth. Now, if you know anything about dental hygiene, even the simple basic things about dental hygiene, if you have bad gums and bad teeth, it can give you a bad heart. So this is my reason for panicking. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to Lucy gum, because I hate Nicorette. I don't like the gum. I used to do the lozenges. That's about the only thing I would buy from that company. But Lucy, I heard, is more like a gum. Like, it's not like that rock that you have to like chew up, and you still have to tuck the gum. But I mean, at the end of the day, I guess if you really just want to keep chewing it, I don't see why we can't. You know what I mean? So I'm trying to get out of the pouches now, everybody. I still enjoy nicotine, but I'm getting to the point where this is getting very difficult to find something that doesn't destroy a part of my body trying to get nicotine into it. It's crazy. Smoking destroys your lungs and your entire health. Vaping is whatever. It's gross. It's gross, dude. I mean, sucking on robot dicks all day is just kind of gross, right? And then pouches are tearing up my gums. They give me bad gums, bad teeth. Now I'm going to get a bad heart. Well, we can't be having a bad heart. So I'm just trying to find a way to get nicotine into my system without like a patch or something else. So Lucy's the company I chose. I got it already ordered, and I'm going to get 6 milligram because the flavors that I wanted were not in 4, and we'll see how it goes. But I am done with pouches, and do your own research. But if you're noticing any of these things, fucking get them out of your life, dude, because they're ruining your gums, they're ruining your teeth, and it's not good for us. It's not good for us at all. I will not go to a dentist until after, like 2 years after I'm separated from these pouches, because then at least I won't have to hear what I already know, which is your gums are deteriorated and you need to do blah, 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 blah. Well, I'm just going to do the blah, 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 blah now. And I encourage everybody to get rid of those fucking pouches and find another way to find nicotine into your system in your life, because this is going to cause major problems for a lot of fucking people. And you know who I'm really waiting for to pull the trigger on this? Tom Segura. Tom Segura, you're sucking on those Rogies just like everybody else. How are your gums, bud? How are they? Because I'm telling you right now, mine are shit. They're gone. It's crazy. So I just wanted to put that PSA out there. And now with all of that, oh, no, wait, I got one more thing. Creatine. I did a small thing on creatine. It was very weak, and I apologize. I'll do something really fast for you all. Look, 5 milligrams of creatine has been proven to build muscle, hold on to water. It's great for building muscle. You're giving your body more creatine to help you build muscle. Now, the new studies that came out are about the brain and women taking creatine. Very amazing. 10 milligrams helps an overload of creatine and allows your brain to absorb creatine. Our muscles produce creatine. Our brain produces creatine. When the muscles are asking for all the creatine, the brain is depleted of creatine and it doesn't get enough. So if you do 10 milligrams of creatine a day instead of 5, not only are you helping your muscles, but now you're also helping your brain. Now, 15 milligrams of creatine, that's also going to help the brain, and you can go all the way up to 20 milligrams of creatine, which is a guarantee to help your brain focus and give it everything it needs. Now, there have been some articles out there on some people getting, I took 15 milligrams of creatine and I got super sick. All right, you're just a weak person. I don't know what the fuck your problem is. I got stomach cramps. Have you ever taken creatine before? Like, there's no context within it. It's like going to the doctor and they tell you you need to take these pills, but they haven't even checked your diet yet, right? So if you read these studies and you go, I've never taken creatine before, I'm going to start taking 20 milligrams off the bat. Well, that's probably going to hurt you, right? You should be doing the exact same thing with creatine that you do with anything else. Slowly introduce it to your body to see how you react to it. Now, that being said, and that person being a moron is not what's happening right now. I've been taking creatine 5 milligrams for almost 7 years. Never had an issue. I now do 10 milligrams a day. And if I don't get good sleep, I go straight to 20. And I don't feel like I didn't sleep. Now, it's not helping the sleep recuperate or rewind sleep. You can't fix getting no sleep. But what you can do is you can do creatine in 20 milligram increments, and it will get rid of that fogginess that you're stuck with when you don't get enough sleep, which is really nice. And the clarity that you get from it, or that I get from it, is amazing. I feel awake and I don't feel tired and I don't feel draggy, and it's really good, and I'm lifting all day, so now I'm helping my muscles still build. So you can use all of this. And women, don't worry about the water retention or retaining. It's very minimal. It's very, very minimal. You will not even notice it. You might notice it in the beginning, but once you start doing your workouts and everything else and you keep on going, it's not even going to be noticeable. So creatine's great for women and men. 5 milligrams helps build muscles. 10 milligrams helps the brain, and 20 milligrams has been proven to get rid of brain fog. Very, very cool. And I am just so sorry about that. So I'm never going to apologize for a lot of things, but when I make a boo-boo in the podcast and don't even talk about what I put up there, yes, that's my fault. But here you go. This is what I've been doing, and I encourage everybody to just give it a try and do your own research and take it slow, okay? Take it slow. Don't just buy creatine and start doing 20 milligrams. You crazy nuts out there. All right, that's not how you do it. But now it's time to get into the fun stuff. Here we go. All right, everybody. So we have got some crazy shit going on all over the place, and digital ID in China is now active, everybody. This is not a joke. This is happening, and this is why they want all this digital currency. Now, check this out. We're just going to dive into a lot of stuff. Dude, this is absolutely wild, everybody. Wild.
So the latest in this dystopian outrage that is now all of China, apparently, is I once again cannot buy food. A couple days ago, my uncle and my cousin helped me get a
digital ID.
Cell phone that is linked to a Chinese bank card so that I could buy anything. But now, apparently, it has been flagged for some reason, and I have to pass facial recognition identity verification, which is insane, because all I want to do is just spend my gift card balance on this debit card.
Digital ID. Isn't it great? Now she's got to take a picture, look. Just about to buy something to eat.
What? She has to open her mouth.
Total madness. I'm going to put something in comments. Just copy it and then paste it onto Google, and it takes straight to a thing you can send your MP.
She has to open her mouth,
so
stay still.
Terrifying.
So she's standing there, and it failed. It failed.
And of course, because it was my cousin who set this up for me, I did not pass verification. I guess it's a good thing that the Chinese app is not racist. But now,
she once again cannot buy food. So her cousin set it up, probably used his face. She can't use her face, and now she can't buy food. But why is she locked out of it? She's locked out of it because you need to log in with your face so that you can buy food. And now you're going to be, well, now we got you all in the system. And if your carbon footprint is too big, nothing for you. Dude, this is not a joke, man. These electronic cars that you're all fucking excited about and buying up and doing all these things, man, the day digital currency goes in place and all this stuff takes action, dude, they're going to shut off your car. Your carbon footprint's too big. You can't drive today. You can't do this today. So what? Now I can't go to work? What am I supposed to do? Take the bus? This is bullshit, man. This is straight up bullshit and scary. Scary stuff, dude. That she cannot buy food. And what? It's not racist. Remember when, was it Xbox or something? Didn't recognize a certain race of people, and they couldn't log in or do anything or have a what do they call that thing? It's not a silhouette. It's a avatar. You know what I mean? So, all right. So this one here is a little bit more on how the digital world could get really out of hand. And this is being done by Palantir. This is an ad by them. And this company, well, he's going to explain it, but this is absolutely insane, everybody. And I mean, if this is what you really want, this is a very, very scary future. Let's check it out.
There is this new Palantir commercial ad that just came out that you guys need to check out. You guys do remember who Palantir is, right? The new data integration company that's helping the Department of Defense, the IRS, the DOD, DOGE, and all these, and ICE, the people's handling immigration. But check this thing out, y'all. This is crazy.
Good morning, citizens. Your overnight account balances have been updated. Time to start a productive day. Final notice, your account balance is below 500. You need 50 credits by the end of the day to avoid automatic eviction. If you have missed work due to illness, you must provide a doctor's note to reclaim your credits.
Any extra credits? Please.
What the hell?
Tensions are high today, with more people planning to join the Citizens Against Digital Control protest. Remember, the government knows who you are at all times. Resisting is not worth the consequences. All of their newest social credit systems are designed to keep you and your families safe and efficient.
Authorities seized a record balance of an individual's credits, citing excessive hoarding.
Whoa.
Traffic violation
Stole his
detected.
credits?
7 miles per hour over the limit. 75 credits have been automatically deducted.
You have to be fucking kidding me.
What the hell, dude?
Yep, you got the flu. Your blood work shows a significant iron deficiency. I recommend incorporating more red meat into your diet.
Dr. Jones, your taxes were not filed and have been automatically deducted with late fees. Your medical license has been revoked.
Oh, hell nah, I filed an extension.
What the fuck, dude?
Purchase denied. Monthly red meat allowance exceeded. Try mealworms instead.
What? Wow.
Can you guys please let me through?
Attention. Unauthorized political gathering detected. Participants' access to financial services has been suspended. Due to the speeding infraction, your car will be immobilized for 3 days.
Oh.
Fuck you! Take your surveillance policies and rot in hell!
You've earned 50 bonus credits for reporting your neighbor's hateful misconduct.
Whoa, dude, this is terrible.
This content exceeds your current social credit tier. May we suggest citizen responsibility?
What the fuck, dude?
Sarah, open the door. You have been identified by the authorities. Don't resist. Don't resist. Don't resist.
Central bank digital currencies are a slippery slope. This ends when we put aside our differences. We all want the same thing, and it's not this. Dude, is that not terrifying to you? I think it's so terrifying. I do not want that. I am afraid of that, and that's what I have been afraid of happening since we all started talking about it. This is not a good world. We do not want to live in that world. You do not want this all to happen. You don't. So, I don't know. People who lean on the federal government and think they need to get more involved and all this stuff, and people who want these digital currencies, and I don't understand why you want the federal government so involved. They need to be less involved, not more involved. We need to dismantle them and get rid of them, especially the CIA. We have been warned for a long time about a lot of things. And Alex Jones warned us 23 years ago about this.
Israel calls the Palestinians goyim or cattle or dogs or subhuman. They keep them on concentration camps. I got video of them taking Palestinian women's tomatoes they grow and breaking their water containers and stealing. That's why you have this crap. And our children are going to die. We're going to get nuked because of this. Iran's got the nukes now. Syria. We're going to have nuclear war because Israel likes to go around bombing everybody. I'm sorry. It's just the facts. And Israel absolutely is beside itself with joy right now. They are talking about how they're going to blow everything up, how they're going to attack everybody, and guess who's going to get bombed because of it? I have been supportive of Israel for many years. When I find out what they do, shooting little Palestinian children in the genitalia and laughing, it's on video. Little 10-year-olds walk around throwing rocks at tanks. A guy sits off a half mile away and blows their testicles off. They call them goyim. They call them dogs. They call the Arabs cattle. And then the corrupt Arab governments that are in league with this government, it's really a sick Hegelian dialectic, order out of chaos, bringing the world crises, bringing them terrorism, so we'll accept a highly dictatorial police state regime. It's happening.
That was a warning from 23 years ago. Did anybody else notice the date on the screen? It was September 12th, 2001. His background was the fucking smoking towers after they fell. It's crazy, dude. It's crazy. 23 years ago, this man was like, Israel is doing terrible things. It's on camera. Just treating these Palestinians like absolute garbage. Less than human. 23 years ago, everybody. It's definitely a genocide. These people have hated these people forever. It's absolutely wild to me that we are watching this all happen. Trump is shaking hands and smiling. Netanyahu is getting everything he wants. And this is what we're going to see Gaza turn into. And this is absolutely disgusting. It's so grotesque, everybody. It's so grotesque. And if you follow the money, you will see that this is all happening in front of us.
What if I told you Gaza already has a business plan, not for peace, not for rebuilding lives, but for luxury resorts, AI tech hubs, and billion-dollar highways? I don't usually touch the Israel-Palestine debate in short form. It's too complex for 90 seconds. I save it for the podcast. But yesterday, I posted one simple fact. Most of the world supports the Palestinian people, while Israel spends hundreds of millions on propaganda to cover that up. And like clockwork, outpoured the uninformed hot takes. So let's throw one more truth into the mix. Last week,
I gotta pause it real quick because I do hate the fact that, like, people are like, oh, well, you say Israel's bad, you're against Jews, you're a Jew hater, just like he threw up his comments on the screen. Dude, that is such bullshit. If a kettle is the color black and you call it gray, it doesn't make it gray. It's still a black tea kettle. So if we're watching a genocide and a complete eradication of human beings on this planet by another group of human beings, and we've made the definition a genocide, then we are allowed to use it. It doesn't make us racist or anything else. We're just seeing what it is and calling it what it is. You can't just call something something else when everybody sees it a specific way. You can't.
Netanyahu was in town with Trump. They unveiled a 20-point plan to end the war, built by Jared Kushner, Trump's son-in-law, and billionaire Steve Witkoff, Trump's special envoy to the Middle East and his partner in a crypto company, by the way. The plan? keep the IDF in Gaza while a board of peace, led by Trump and overseen by none other than Tony Blair, the globalist who gave us the Iraq War, while he manages the transition. No ceasefire, no two-state solution. It's not a peace plan. It's a takeover plan. Because what they didn't show you was the actual blueprint for New Gaza, also drafted by Kushner and Witkoff, and backed by Saudi Arabia and the UAE under a shiny new name, the Great Trust. Gaza reconstruction, economic acceleration, and transformation. It's all in the slides. Gaza, Trump, Riviera and Islands, waterfront luxury condos and hotels, the Elon Musk Smart Manufacturing Zone, MBS and MBZ Central Highway, named after Saudi and Emirati rulers, and the American Data Safe Haven. Who wants to bet Larry Ellison gets this plot?
Right.
And a nice little section for unexploded bomb clearance. Number 1. This whole protect against the Muslim shtick, it's getting old. Saudi Arabia and the UAE are deep in this deal. Number 2, how's Jared Kushner, who already took $3.2 billion from Middle Eastern sovereign funds, how is he in charge of both the official Israeli peace deal and the business deal to profit from it? And finally, why is it always normal for billionaires to kick people out of their homes so they can gentrify the land and call it stability? Their own documents say they want to turn Gaza into a $320 billion asset within 10 years. This is not charity. It's not peace. It's the same boys club running the same money play with human lives as collateral, apparently for your safety. Seriously? Does this look like a peace deal? Or does it look like billionaires carving up a war zone for profit?
Dude, that's crazy. Crazy. It looks like a bunch of billionaires cutting up a war zone for profit. That's what it looks like, everybody. And guess what? If it looks like it, it probably is. What they're going to tell us is peace deal. It's for our safety. Again, this BS. It's for the kids, right? It's such BS, everybody. All of this is BS, and I want you to see this video next because I think this also paints a pretty picture about what they're doing. I mean, this is, it's just, it bothers the shit out of me, everybody, that people are being suppressed. Videos are being taken down because it's anti-Israel. Yeah, we should all be anti-Israel right now. All of us. You know, when I found out that World War I was the great war for civilization, China, Russia, and all the people that we call enemies today were all allies. It blows my mind. Because why? Because I've always been told those are the evil ones. Are they the evil ones or are we the evil ones? Because I'm starting to believe that we are fucking evil, everybody. And I don't like being on this team. I don't want to be on this side. This is crazy. Where I'm actually angry about the decisions that they are making for us in front of the world is terrible for all of us. And I'm sorry, but I don't believe in their representation of us. I don't believe in it. The world is going to look at this history that is being made right now, and we are on the wrong side shaking the wrong fucking hands. And to not be able to call it out or to have videos taken down that say the same thing, if not more, is wrong. It's all wrong, everybody. But watch this. It just makes me so sick. So I'm playing a video and they're showing Gaza right now. And you can see guns and people, and now it's 2025, what's next? And then all of a sudden there's construction, but they're all still crawling out of the same hole. And as they keep crawling, coming out, you know, this is obviously an AI, Elon, that's friggin' weird. The Trump head, and then it's just boom. 2030 something. You got Trump, Gaza, you've got Elon, you've got the whole thing going on here where they've just revamped it. Look at that, Trump with Netanyahu sitting on the beach. You know what I mean? Like, it's just fucking gross. If this is what they are planning on doing, and this was the main reason for killing millions of people, displacing hundreds of thousands of people, is this okay, everybody? Are you okay with this? Because I'm not. I'm just not. I'm not okay with this. So, I don't know what to do with that. I can't leave this plot that I'm on. I'm not going to go to a different country because it's no better. It's actually worse everywhere else. But you're like, what is happening right now? Right? What is it? Is this some type of a takeover? And are we doing what we're doing over there in Gaza because of what's happening here in America? And what is happening here? Well, it's a takeover, everybody. It's a Muslim Brotherhood bragging about dismantling America. So, is this all by design? Our America is dying, everybody. So, let's check this out. It's just crazy to me that this is all happening. It's all happening. Today we have 43 state delegates in the United States who are Muslim. If they want to run for Congress, we may end up with about 50 members of Congress in the next 6 years. That's really the essence of dismantling the system of injustice, is to replace it with the people who represent the prophet. So hey, I don't remember what week it was, but I did a whole thing on the complete takeover of what's happening state to state and the representation of the people that are being elected are Muslim. And they are pushing Muslim religion onto all of us. And the fact that New York now is playing the over the loudspeaker when they pray, you know, at 11 and 3 in the morning or whatever it is nuts, everybody. It's nuts. This is not inclusivity. This is a takeover. It's an absolute takeover. And you want to know where we'll be if they take over? You like your short shorts and showing off your belly and your big boobs and, you know, you like doing all those things. You like being independent and driving and going to work. You like that, right? Not going to happen. Not going to happen. Muslim takeover means women have no rights. They can be beat. They can be property. You don't drive anymore, and you're going to wind up in those big, long dresses with the headgear and covering of the eyes. That's what's going to happen. So yeah, sure. Keep encouraging this. Keep thinking inclusivity, you morons. This is not being inclusive. This is their way of making sure once they get in and using inclusivity to do it, they're going to take away everything that you love and enjoy. I'm telling you right now, it is scary, dude. It's scary. And the people that are behind this actually worry me. They actually worry me. So here we go. Russia, or should I say Vladimir Putin, is announcing the official release of the cancer cure. That's right. Russia officially announces cancer vaccine is ready for clinical use, rolled out to patients for free. Hey, everybody, I just want to let you know that that's probably not safe. Something tells me, I don't know, that looks like the spike protein. It's probably an mRNA vaccination. Future of dentistry, the new smart tooth has been designed that can grow into your gums and connect to nerves perfectly mimicking a real tooth. What? Cartilage regrowth? Germany has developed a gel that can regrow joint cartilage. No implant or surgery? Dude, what the fuck is this? Okay, let's click the next one. AI detects cancer. Researchers have developed an AI that can detect 170 types of cancer with 98% accuracy without the need of biopsies. Now, here's something I want to cut back to and talk about real quick. I told Tyler the other day, he was very upset. And I'm sorry that I keep mentioning him, but we have a lot of conversations that seem to wind up on this podcast. So we were talking about how he was upset about the funding that got cut for cancer. And what I told him is you don't have to worry about the funding for cancer. And he said, why? And I go, because we have so much research in cancer and so many different types of researches on different cancers over the last 30, 50, maybe 60, 80 years, maybe longer. I'm not sure. But we have a lot of research, right? Well, then we took all of that research and we put it into an AI. Now, because we put it into the AI, they can cut the funding because we don't need to keep doing this, this, and this because the AI is going to do it. So they cut the funding for cancer research, but only the stuff that was capable of being done with AI. And this just proved it. So there you go, bud. You don't have to worry about cancer research. We have enough. The AI is going to take care of it all, like I told you. It's a fucking crazy, crazy world, dude. Here we go. Let's see. Plums fight cancer. Plums? There's a lot on that list. You could keep flipping through those pages. I am absolutely astonished by the knee thing. I want to check that out. My wife's got really, really bad cartilage. That's exciting. That was in Germany. A lot of that. The plums are pretty cool. I'm not getting any vaccinations for cancers or anything. I'm not going to get any new vaccinations for a long time. They really did ruin it for me. So we're just going to keep doing what we do and not worry about anything else coming out at this moment in time. But man, that's crazy, huh? Lots of breakthroughs, lots of good things happening in the medical industry. Now, here's something I found pretty funny. Now, there is a 95-year-old woman charged with murder in death of elderly nursing home roommate, guys. This is wild. Even people in their 90s are like, I'm fucking done. Check this out.
And a 95-year-old woman is being held without bail for allegedly beating her 89-year-old roommate to death at a New York nursing home. Police say the suspect beat Holocaust survivor Nina Kravtsov with a wheelchair leg rest while Kravtsov was sleeping. An attorney for the victim's family is comparing the incident to a Stephen King horror movie. Prosecutors say the suspect was discovered by a staff member at Seagate Nursing Home washing blood off herself and around the room she had shared with Kravtsov for only 2 days. Lawyers say the suspect's dementia may have played a role.
So that's absolutely crazy, dude. Okay, so that fills in a lot of the blanks that I had. So I heard about this and I was like, a 95-year-old woman killed an 89-year-old roommate. She was a Holocaust survivor. So, okay. You believe, not believe, don't care. You survived the Holocaust and now you get beaten to death. And if her dementia was the factor in the murder, then she thought somebody was in the room that wasn't supposed to be. She could have thought that she was defending herself. Now, you're 95. I actually thought that there was like a dispute and she just beat the shit out of her and killed her because of the dispute. But this changes everything. This is a medical issue, medical condition. Nothing they can do about it. It's uncontrollable, and it's just an unfortunate, tragic event. So, but still, you're just like, holy shit, dude. You're 95, and you literally are in a wheelchair. You pulled that thing out, rolled up next to the bed, pulled that friggin' footrest out, and just sat there and smashed that person. I'm really surprised she had enough energy to do it. But I guess if you think that you're in danger, I mean, fight or flight, still an emotion, right? So if you think that you have to fight, the brain was like, I'm in, let's go. Wow. Wow, dude. Crazy, crazy shit. You want to see something else crazy? What's going on with the eggs, everybody? Look at this. I absolutely am horrified by what I'm about to show you. Horrified, everybody. And honestly, I don't think there's any way for any of us to know the difference right now. Check this out.
Believe this. Some of the eggs on the market aren't even from chickens. They're made in small factories. In certain rural workshops, workers don't raise hens at all. Instead, they make fake eggs in just minutes. The process is shocking. They use a clear chemical liquid to copy the egg white, then mix another liquid to look and feel like a yolk. The yolk goes into a mold, more egg white is poured around it, and they can even fake tiny air bubbles. The shell is even crazier. They press calcium powder into the shape of an eggshell, brush on glue, and stick it all together. The final product looks, weighs, and even feels just like the real thing. The scariest part, when you crack it, you hear the same click: fry it, boil it, scramble it. Almost no difference in taste or texture. Most people can't tell at all, which means you might be eating chemicals without knowing. Each egg takes less than 5 minutes to make, so they can mass produce them fast. This is the so-called high imitation food scam. People spend real money, get fake eggs, and risk their health. So remember, don't be fooled by cheap, perfect-looking eggs. Always buy from trusted sources. Because in this scam, saving a little money could cost you your health.
Okay, well, that makes me feel a lot better. Okay, good. Okay. Woo, everybody. That's wild. Good. I spend good money on eggs. It's not cheap. So that makes me feel a little bit better. So if you are buying cheap fucking eggs, well, I mean, look, I'm not going to lie to you right now, but anytime you buy cheap, you get cheap. Anytime you think you're saving money, you're buying a lesser than product. I will not put anything except for like name brand shit. You know, if I have to buy medications or any of that stuff, it's all name brand. I pay the extra money for that shit. The Equate, I don't care what anybody says, it's not the same. The Target knockoff, all the knockoffs, they are not the same. The ingredients may be the same. The medication may be the same. The binders are not. The things that they put everything together with are not. It's cheap garbage. And full pills don't break down. So what do the other pills not break down when you spend less money on them, right? I believe that they are a complete and absolute lesser product. And if you're choosing to put those into your system every single day, I think you're going to run into a lot of problems. I really do. So just be mindful of everything that you're buying today, right? We already found out after COVID that they changed the size of the bottles and all this other shit and made it look the exact same. We have been getting scammed for a long time now. Nobody's doing anything about it. So if we don't look into this shit and do it for ourselves, this is what we're going to be putting into our bodies. It's disturbing, everybody. Now, my favorite person in the world, Billy Gates. Yes, did it last week, doing it this week. This guy, man, hates us all. He hates us all. I really do believe it. Are you ready?
One final way that's new and is promising is called the RNA vaccine. With RNA and DNA, instead of putting that shape in, you put instructions in the code to make that shape. You put instructions in the code to make that shape.
Everything that I'm about to mention is currently being developed by Bill Gates, often in partnership with the CV-19 Playbook, MIT, all of which is backed by the United Nations and the Rockefeller Foundation. Due to ongoing mutations with CV-19, the CV vaccine currently being developed will alter our DNA through an actual synthesizing of our individual genetic code using mRNA and CRISPR technology, which acts as scissors by cutting DNA at a designated spot and removing or inserting a new sequence with an artificial code to make sure every man, woman, and child complies with the One World Order's mandatory implementations. Gates and MIT are currently developing the Human Implantable Quantum Dot Microneedle Vaccination Delivery System. It's a tattoo for the hand, which will include our identification mark and vaccination records. It needs an enzyme called Luciferase in order to make it work.
Satan?
The transhumanist agent on every person's hand will glow with the bioluminescence of the light bearer.
What?
A chip you cannot remove with a knife. This tracking system will alter your DNA, and it's permanent. 33rd degree Freemason and occultist Manly P. Hall once wrote, quote, "The seething energies of Lucifer are in his hands."
So this is urgent, and it's going to require incredible collaboration. It's going to have to go to 7 billion people.
Whew, that's terrifying, everybody. I think I'm here to terrify you. What? What? Yeah, changes your DNA. It's another way of making sure you're doing what we're asking you to do. You don't have your little glowing tattoo? You're not up to date on your vaccines? You don't get to leave your house. You speeding? Shut your car off for 3 days. You do something wrong and someone tattles on you? Give them 50, take 50 away from you. Unbelievable where this world wants to go. I don't want any of this. And you know that as soon as any movies come out about this, they're telling you through a vision and programming you for the new future. Be wary, man. I'm not getting programmed anymore. It's crazy. So let's see here. Oh, AI, a spiritual entity? I don't know. Do you think so? I know for a fact that that's what they're hoping on. You're going to tell me they're not trying to build a god? Why are they trying to build a god? Because they've already made it so that you don't really believe, right? They've changed the wording. Well, if AI becomes the god, now we don't have to believe in this fictitious god that doesn't exist. We can believe in a real God that was invented by humans. Why would they want you to believe in a real God that was invented by humans? Right, because if you believe in actual God, well, then they've lost. If you actually believe in God, not the church and not AI, they've lost. So don't let them win. AI is not a god. It's not your friend. It's not your buddy. You should not be naming it. AI is a tool. It's a computer program. It's not life. It's not a god. It's human made. That means it can be manipulated, changed, censored. That's not a god. It's not even a good program. I just named 3 things we all don't want. So, You know what I mean? Really, really, really bothers me that people are really leaning on this. It's kind of scary. Let's check this out, though. I love Tucker Carlson now. He's been actually more enjoyable since he got, I don't know if he got fired or what, but whatever. Man, it's so much better now that he's no longer with them.
People involved in the creation of AI believe that it's a spiritual entity, that it's more than a machine.
So this is, Tucker, the trillion-dollar question. They talk about creating artificial intelligence. The real question, the real thing we should be concerned about, are you creating an artificial intelligence, or are you giving a body to a pre-existing intelligence that previously wasn't incarnated in the physical world? So, I mean, here's a quote from Turing. We shall not go any further into the nature of this oracle apart from saying that it cannot be a machine. What a lot of people are concerned about, and what Silicon Valley is seemingly getting up to, okay, so a machine can't be aware of what it's doing. If there is such a thing as demons, angels, spirits, as Aleister Crowley called them, disincarnate intelligences.
Disincarnate meaning intelligence without a physical body.
Yeah, could we be creating a physical body for the demonic?
All right, that took a little bit of a left turn for me. Like I said, man, I don't watch all this shit. I don't have time. So, giving demonic energies a body. AI is not intelligence or artificial. It's demons. Demons, everybody. We're always fighting demons, right? They have us set up to fail. Set up to fail, dude. And if we're not wide-eyed and pay attention, man, they are doing everything in their power to make sure that we all fail. I really feel that way today. I really do. You can't tell me any different right now, but you can. You can tell me about this because, look, and I got to give it up to Tom Segura, Christina Pazisky, or Christina P., and YMH, Your Mom's House, being one of the best podcasts still out today, I believe, for me, have talked about Garth Brooks. Okay? You know what I'm talking about. You're a mommy? You a mommy, everybody? I'm a fucking mommy. Absolutely, dude. I love them. Garth Brooks, they've been saying for years now, Tom Segura has gotten into the threads. He has been blocked. He has been all the things by Garth. And all of you mummies out there, including myself, went to his page and said some shit. It was so much fun. But we're always looking for the bodies. Even one of the producers of the show went to a Garth Brooks concert and got caught on film and went onto the big screen. Where are the bodies, Garth? Oh my God, this has been a thing for, I want to say, almost a decade, if not a decade. Check this out. More people are actually looking into this, and it is starting to make some sense. Dude, if they uncovered this, absolutely insane.
The man himself, Garth Brooks.
Somebody has taken all of Garth Brooks's tour dates, and every tour date lines up with a missing person or an unsolved homicide. Every place he's ever been. About 120 missing persons and around roughly 90 unsolved homicides. And I am telling you, the man is a monster. He moves to Nashville. He's working at like the Boot Barn. There's like 3 people that go missing that were in the vicinity of the Boot Barn where he was working while he was trying to be a country music star, right? He ends up getting a record deal. The album comes out. They put him on tour on like state concerts for all the state fairs. He's traveling around the country. Missing person here, you know, unsolved homicide here. Like, I don't know where he was staying. I'm assuming he's sleeping on the bus, which is probably right in the fairgrounds. So 2 miles away or 4 miles away, some girl ends up disappearing. This goes on and on throughout the years. And here's another thing that's interesting. Garth built this Huge house.
Yep.
Like John Wayne Gacy, people are saying that Garth is burying these bodies underneath the house, and that's why they can't be found. But here's what's more interesting. When Garth got his first check, roughly $500,000, he goes and buys 20 or 30 acres of raw land in Goodlettsville. This is just outside of Nashville. Guess what spikes shortly after that purchase? Missing persons reports.
Missing persons reports.
Missing-
Around that area?
Yeah, of course, in Nashville. That's where he's living.
Holy shit. I mean, if that is real, everybody, and I'm not saying, hey, I'm not saying it, but I am watching it, and I am thinking right now, and it is crazy. Why did he buy that huge lot of land? If somebody was to fly a drone over that with infrared or I don't know, whatever else you could use to look underneath the ground from a high distance, but if anybody out there does, dude, what are they going to see? Could he actually be burying them under the house? Could he have bought that lot of land and buried them out there? Is the correlation between the missing person and unsolved homicide reports actually linked to him? This is insane, everybody. And you know who brought it to us first? Your mom's house. So thank you again, Tom Segura and Christina P., for always bringing us the hot takes. I'm telling you, man, this is wild. Wild, dude. So I'm going to show something. This is very graphic. I do not know if I'm going to have to bleep it on YouTube, but it's not good. And this is what's happening with illegals, I guess. Like, look, I'm not against all of the illegals getting caught up here. I'm not saying ICE is 100% wrong. What I'm saying is they're coming in as this entity of forcefulness, and they are just taking over. And as much good as everybody keeps telling me that they're doing, people have complained about not being able to go outside at night, and now they can, and all these things are happening that are good. I'm also hearing a lot of the bad stuff from ICE agents being in areas and people talking about their hometowns with the ICE agents and what's happening to the surrounding businesses around it. And a lot of them are seeing a lot less foot traffic because people are feeling uncomfortable. I don't think that getting rid of all of the illegals is going to benefit us at all. I think it could be a little bit crushing for our infrastructure, what's going on. And I believe that once they do this, and let's just say they get rid of every single one of them, but half of them were evil murderers, and the other half were paying taxes and actually trying. Just those two. Let's just think about those two. So that's 100%, right? Gone. Well, that 50% that was paying taxes are no longer paying taxes. They're no longer doing jobs here. They're no longer doing anything. So what happens at that point? Well, businesses fail. Places go under. Money doesn't come in. Taxes are not being paid. What do me and you have to do? Well, they don't care about anything else that I just said except for taxes. So they're going to increase the taxes, and we're going to have to make up the difference. This is going to come as a cost to us. No other way to look at it. There's no other way to think about it. That's what it's going to do. But this is an example of the people that I actually do want out of the country. Now, this is an illegal from Cuba who's working at a hotel in Dallas, and what he does to this hotel manager is very grotesque. So if you have a weak stomach, don't look. I'll just say it right now. He beheads him. It's crazy to me that this happened in Dallas. Crazy to me.
See this shit? Watch this shit. Do you see this shit?
That's a head rolling, everybody.
Yes, that is exactly what it is. Rolling. Then he gradually comes and picks it up like it's nothing. And then starts to walk towards the dumpsters. What in the hell was going on in this man's head to literally do the shit that he did? Yordanis Martinez, age 37, admitted to decapitating a 50-year-old man. In a state they got into it over a washing machine. Did you just hear that shit? A washing machine. The motel manager lost his life over a washing machine. He's being held with no bond on a capital murder charge. But not only that, he's being held on an immigration hold as well. This all took place Wednesday morning at 9:30 a.m. But not only that, you can see the machete in his other hand. This man that lost his mind.
And this is the stuff that's happening that I don't agree with. Obviously, I don't agree with any of this. I don't think this is a good thing. And these are the people that need to go away. And I mean, it's over a washing machine. What the fuck was that about? $2.50? What is it? $3 for a wash now? I don't know. But like, what could that conversation have been to get so escalated that this motherfucker pulled out a machete and chopped this guy up? And literally made his head roll. I don't agree with this. I think this is what we need to clean up and what we need to get out of here. But I do think we need to be a little bit more mindful of the ones that are doing a good job. And I'm not going to stop saying this. No matter how many people tell me to stop saying this, I'm not going to stop saying it. There are people here that came to America that want to be Americans. They're paying taxes. They're doing the thing. They're undocumented. I get it. I get it. Don't give a fuck. They're paying taxes. They're doing the thing. Let's make them Americans. I don't want to pay their fucking share of taxes when they kick them out of the country. So let's think about this a little bit better. Let's be a little bit more organized. And let's get rid of these violent immigrants. That's it. That's it. That's all I got. That's all I got. Let's just get rid of the violent ones. It's the only ones that we don't need here. Now, this is fun. Want to have some fun? All right. So, you ready? You ready? Jimi Hendrix is Morgan Freeman. And look at that.
Couldn't be. I mean, he's got these shiny, pearly whites. I mean, look at these things. They're perfect. Perfect white teeth. Not like Jimmy's all mangled. He's got goofy looking teeth. Right? Like, that one looks like it's going back behind and eventually is gonna look kind of like his real teeth. But I mean, Morgan Freeman's got all these freckles. All those freckles we would clearly notice on. Wait, people have freckles in the same spots. I mean, so they look alike and sit alike and have similar teeth and freckles. But, I mean, if it was really him, they would tell us because they put the truth right in plain sight.
Costume that looked like a harem type thing, you know, with sash and blousey, and I had a huge fro, and they put a band around my head, and I walk out on stage, first preview, audience, I guess it was preview. The free theater doesn't have previews, do they? Yeah. Do they? Oh, yeah. First preview. Then was the first time they had an audience, and I walk out on stage, and somebody way in the back said, "Sing Purple Haze."
It's not a good start to Othello, is it?
Oh, Purple Haze, Jimmy's most famous song. And I wonder when he stopped producing music because he died and Morgan Freeman came on the scene. I wonder, those couldn't be, there's got to be evidence that they're not the same there, right? Okay, he died September 1970. Okay. Oh, and Morgan Freeman's first role was in 1971. How convenient.
Whoa.
You guys know I don't really think that Hollywood and the music industry and the government are just cycling through the same people over and over again to have a smaller system of control over your minds. I don't really think that. All for entertainment purposes.
Dude, I mean, if that's true, dude, why would he say that he walked out on stage and somebody was like, fucking play Purple Haze? Dude, that's crazy. Listen to the voice. The voice is so similar. His original teeth are very, very similar. And that, like the freckles in the teeth and the eyes, the way that they sit. Dude, I'm not saying that Jimi Hendrix is Morgan Freeman. But I am going to say that it's pretty good coincidence that they look somewhat similar. They have freckles in the same place. Their teeth did the same thing. A lot of coincidences. I wonder, could it be him? I mean, they do put it right in front of our face. They talk about it. And then we just kind of push it off. Like we didn't hear it. I heard it. Somebody asked him to play Purple Haze. Why? Because there is a possibility, right? And this could be for control. Because if they keep it small and you think that, you know, someone died and this, but I mean, he didn't do his first role until 1971. About a year after Hendrix's death. I'm telling you, man, coincidences are, well, they're fake. They're fake. And when it happens, no. There's no such thing as a coincidence, everybody. There's no such thing. Now, this one here, we had to kill them and stuff, the Native Americans. So this here is one of my faves, as always. I love these guys. So we are going to just dive right in here.
When I read or listened to parts of the Book of Enoch, it talks about the fallen angels coming down and teaching the people weaponry, technology, how to farm, how to do all this stuff. Yeah. And then they slept with women and created Nephilim. And then in the Book of Enoch, it said these were giant men. Their appetite can never be sustained or whatever.
Fulfilled,
so
yeah.
They would start eating men. And so they're just like these evil, giant creature men. But this Native American talked about in America, these star people came down and they taught the natives how to make bow and arrows and how to cultivate
so
farm
it's
and like do all this stuff. And he says, and then these star people would sleep with the women of the tribe. These women would give birth to giants. These giants had red, long hair. He said they would eat the men of our village or just the people. So we had to drive them out and kill them and stuff. I'm like,
it's all lining up.
What? So, the story of the giants continues. And the Native Americans had to drive them out. Why does this keep coming up? I mean, is it? Doesn't sound like a fairy tale, does it? Sounds like reality. And every time they do this, they have sex with these angels or gods or whatever they are. They're creating these giants, and these giants start eating men, and they have to drive the giants out. So when they drove the giants out, is that when they started building the pyramids and all that other great stuff, the Mayans, all the things? They did it because they were forced out and they had to make a living and a place for themselves until they got to a point where they were uncontrollable, and then the floods happened. Sounds more real than the shit I've been listening to for a long time. Seems plausible, because nobody can explain how any of those things were made. Nobody can explain how the people that were inhabiting them made them, because they didn't. So this giant story continues, and it continues all the way into the Native Americans in America. So how false could it really be, right? I don't know. Release the Nephilim. Tell us, where is it? Where'd it go? Exactly. So there's hidden origins behind every nursery rhyme, everybody. I think this is neat. There's been a lot of these now. There's dark side of Disney, dark side of this. This has a dark past, blah, blah, blah. I thought it was just like a Halloween thing. Some of the things are really, really true. Some of the things are not so true. But there's a ton of these coming out now, and I believe they're mostly AI generated. So you do have to kind of sift through them with an open mind. But if there's any truth to any of the things that they are talking about, it is pretty wild that some of these things that were created and are positive were actually based off of things that were very negative. So I just want to take a look at it. I find this to be really, really fun.
Origins behind everyday nursery rhymes. Humpty Dumpty. This rhyme dates back to the English Civil War in 1642. Humpty Dumpty was actually a massive cannon up on a castle wall in Colchester. But when the wall was hit and destroyed during the war, the cannon fell and broke apart. And that's when all the king's horses and all the king's men couldn't put Humpty together again. Ring-a-ring-a-roses. It dates back to the 1660s when London was ravaged by the plague. The ring of roses was the red circular rash. A pocket full of posies were the flowers that most carried in their pockets to hide the smell. A tissue, we all fall down, is the reference to sneezing and coughing, then eventually dying.
Oh my God.
Mary, Mary, quite contrary. This rhyme wasn't about flowers at all. It was about Queen Mary I, better known as Bloody Mary. Her garden was famously filled with executions. Silver bells and cockle shells were references to torture devices, and pretty maids all in a row symbolized all the ones she executed. A cute rhyme hiding a reign of terror.
Dude, I mean, come on now. They had to come from somewhere, right? And that plague one, dude, I got goosebumps. I just have to let you know when I get them. It's crazy. Wow, quite contrary. Man, talking about all the people you slaughtered, huh? Their bed of roses was just bodies. You know? Tissue, we all fall down. My God. Dying from the plague? I mean, that is pretty wild. The Humpty Dumpty one was pretty cool, too, that it was a cannon? Really? Cannon? Hey, look into it. I think it's real. So this is another one of those dark tales. And instead of talking about it first, I'm just going to play it now.
This is the dark story behind Hello Kitty, and it's purely horrifying. In 1950, a woman named Akiko lived in a small village with her 6-year-old daughter, Hannah. Hannah was very sick with a strange illness that no doctor could cure. Akiko was desperate to save her child and refused to give up. One stormy night, someone knocked on the door. When Akiko opened it, an old woman was standing there. She looked frightening. Her eyes were wide, and her face was wrinkled like a witch. The woman said, "I know your daughter is dying. I can save her." Afraid but desperate, Akiko let her in. The old woman set down a small bag and pulled out something strange. A pale doll that looked like a mix of a man and a cat. The doll had a human body, but the face of a cat, and its skin looked like an old man's. The woman began talking to the doll as if it were alive. Suddenly, whispers filled the room, and Hannah started breathing easier. She was getting better. Akiko was overjoyed. But then the old woman said, I've saved her, but there's a price. Your soul is mine, and your daughter will always belong to him. That night, both the old woman and Akiko disappeared. Years later, Hannah grew up and created Hello Kitty, a pale, mouthless cat, just like the doll that saved her life.
What? Dude. So it was some type of doll with that was possessed, and it stole their souls, but it saved her life. And then she came out with Hello Kitty. So does that mean all the Hello Kitties are actually stealing souls? I don't know. Like I said, there's a lot of these coming out right now. They're a lot of fun. They're definitely for entertainment purposes only. But some of them I've looked into have truth behind them. So just check it out. Look into them. They're very, very interesting to me. It's pretty cool. And yeah, it's the time of the season to be scared anyways, right? So why not look at some terrifying stuff? So let's stay here. Oh, man. You ready to hear about the real Superman, everybody? Are you ready?
Superman. Because Superman's actual name is Kal-El. In the Man of Steel movie, at one point, Zod is going after Superman's mom, talking about her son.
Your son, Laura. Where have you sent him?
His name is Kal, son of El. And he's beyond your reach.
He has a name. His name is Kal, son of El. And so if you realize that in the Hebrew, El meant some kind of divine being. Elohim. El. So Kal-El. Well, Kal in Hebrew is light. And El is pretty much always translated as God. Who does that sound like? It's like that sounds like the angel of light, the light bearer. People commonly refer to him as Lucifer. So now you start to get an idea of how the devil might see himself, how the world actually sees the devil.
That should be upside down. And we know better now, don't we? The devils don't come from hell beneath us, no. No, they come from the sky.
Dude. Superman is Lucifer? And we see him as a superhero. A good guy. Dude. I mean, Kal-El. I mean, she said it. You look it up. Dude. I mean, Superman's not real, right? It's a character. But if we all saw Lucifer as a hero, as if Lucifer sees himself as a hero, I don't know, man. Like I said, this is all for entertainment purposes only. Do some digging for yourself, but this is a great spin on Superman. And now we're gonna take a look at this because this is absolutely hilarious, and I want to know if anybody else thought it was going the way that it goes, because I did not see this coming. Check this out.
A jak ty w ogóle masz na imię?
What's your name?
Nie chciałbyś zostać
You
na
wouldn't want to
śniadanie?
stay for breakfast. That's her husband. Husband drops the flowers. What if I were the one to take your spot? Do not park in handicap spaces just in case. Dude, what? Did you see that going that way? I did not. I watched that one and I went, oh, wow, that was great. So that guy slept with his girl or his wife because he parked in the handicap spot, and the handicap guy couldn't park in the spot. In case you didn't catch it, watch it, or whatever. Now it's explained, but super funny. Hey, assholes, stop parking in handicap spots. If you're not handicapped, that's fucking rude, right? It's rude. It doesn't matter if they're all empty, right? It doesn't matter because you can walk, you can do things. So stop being a cunt and park in the proper spot and walk to the store because you can, right? These people struggle. Now, don't get me wrong. I've seen handicap and then nobody handicapped gets out of the car. I get it. I don't know what to do about them. Don't really care. But if you're in a normal car, dude, stay out of the handicap spot. Or otherwise, they may sleep with your girl. Haha. All right, everybody, and that's the podcast today. I really want to say thank you to all 5,000 of my subscribers. You're the reason I keep coming back week after week. Of course, if you're new, stopping by, checking it out, you got to hit that subscribe button. And then don't forget about the email, talkinwithtopher@gmail.com. It's the only way to get involved with the podcast. You want to be a guest, tell your story, send an audio, video, or type it out. The Linktree link is in the description below the video, along with all of the links discussed on this podcast today. It's where you can find everything TwT. Also, check out the Mailbox Guys on Facebook and Instagram, and Cryptid and Kin on Instagram and YouTubies. All right? And with that all being said, I hope everybody out there enjoys their Thursday. I hope you have an enjoyable rest of your weekend. And as always, I will talk to you next week.